So I fell into a rabbit hole of Indian folklore last night, and I kinda wish I hadn't. There's something uniquely terrifying about the kind of spirits and creatures that come from Indian mythology. Maybe it's the way they tie into real villages or how people still claim to see them. Either way, I found a list of some of the most famous and creepiest entities, and today we're going to rank them based on how likely they are going to ruin your sleep. Alright, let's start with a heavy hitter, the Chudail. She is basically the equivalent of a witch. She's said to be the ghost of a woman who died during childbirth or was mistreated by her family or friends or even strangers. Sounds familiar, right? She usually appears as an old, haggard woman with her feet turned backwards, sometimes beheaded, waiting for a lift in the side of the roads. Or she takes on the form of a gorgeous lady as she seduces men to drain their life force. Yeah, vampire meets banshee meets nightmare fuel. Also, people in rural and urban areas still claim to encounter her, especially around graveyards, banyan trees, or abandoned roads. It's a classic around the world. I'ma rate it a 7 on 10 because it's honestly sad more than evil. A woman who was badly treated just seeking a peace of mind. But anyway, just don't flirt with strangers in the dark. Okay, this one kinda freaked me out. The Brahma Rakshasa is like if a demon and a Sanskrit professor had a child. It's the ghost of a Brahmin who misused his knowledge and became cursed into becoming this twisted, malevolent spirit. There are many versions to this, like stealing people's property, seducing wives, luring kids in to make them wrestle until they die, testing people's virtues. And if you answer wrong, let's just say he's not giving out participation trophies. I'd rank it a 9 out of 10, cause interviews are not really my strong pursuit. So this one is terrifying because it's real. Back in the 90s in Karnataka, people were terrified of a witch who would knock on your door at night and mimic your loved one's voice. If you answered, you'd be found dead by morning. Of course, people weren't having it. They needed to come up with a plan. So finally, what stopped her? People started writing Naleba on their doors. Naleba translates to come tomorrow. And supposedly, it worked. I'm gonna rate it a 10 on 10 because it has some strong evidences of its existence. Because to this day, some houses in that town still have it written. So if you hear knocking tonight, maybe just don't answer it. Okay, hear me out. I know this one isn't from India, but the Wendigo appears in multiple cultures, especially in places where people feared starvation. It's like the same concept in different fonts kind of a thing. In Indian tribal legends, there's a similar creature called the Nar tiger or Rakshasa, which represents greed and cannibalism. The legend states that a man could shapeshift into a tiger and eat other men, sometimes at will or due to a curse. The fact that cultures across the world came up with the same idea, that's what makes it so creepy. So it deserves a 9 out of 10. So yeah, if you're planning a vacation to a remote village in India, maybe skip the late night strolls and definitely don't follow any whispering voices. Do let me know if you want a part 2 where I cover more such stories. Until then, sleep well. Bye-bye.